Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to LearnEnglishPodcast.com. My name is Wason, and I'm absolutely thrilled you decided to tune in today. As your friendly neighborhood English teacher, I'm here with my fantastic co-host, Lydia.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lydia, and I've got to say I am equally delighted to be here. We hope you're all in the mood for something fun, insightful, and maybe just a little humorous. Today's topic is a big deal for most English learners: how to stop pausing so much.
Exactly. Too many pauses can really break the flow when you're trying to speak English. It happens a lot because learners are hunting for the right words or worrying they'll make mistakes. Don't worry, we've got your back with tips to fix that.
That's right. Our mission is to help you become more confident and fluent. We'll share practical insights, exercises, and some mental strategies to get rid of those pesky pauses. We'll also toss in some humor along the way, because who said learning English has to be boring?
Before we dive into solutions, let's address why people pause a lot in the first place. Lydia, what's reason number one for all those ums, ahs, and awkward silences that creep into our English conversations?
Number one has got to be self-doubt. A lot of learners aren't confident in their own skills, so they hesitate mid-sentence thinking, am I going to say this correctly? Or, what if I sound silly? But guess what? Even native English speakers stumble on words. Confidence is key to sounding natural, even if you're still figuring things out.
Absolutely. Self-doubt is a major stumbling block, and that hesitation creates gaps in your speech. Instead of flowing smoothly, you're mentally slamming on the brakes every time you worry about a slip-up. But let's not ignore the next big reason: limited vocabulary. When you don't have the words, your brain panics and hits the pause button.
Exactly. Imagine you need to say something like refrigerator, but the only word that comes to mind is that big cold box in the kitchen. You pause to remember refrigerator, or you just freeze. This happens more often when people haven't built up a strong enough vocabulary base.
Totally. Another culprit is overthinking. Many learners actually think in their native language, then try to translate every word into English. This slows you down big time. English and other languages have different sentence structures, so direct translation can really trip you up.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And let's not forget good old-fashioned nervousness. When you're chatting with native speakers, maybe your boss, a teacher, or even just a friend, it's easy to feel anxious. That performance pressure is like a mental alarm clock yelling, "Warning, don't mess up!" And then you completely lose your train of thought, which leads to pause city.
Yes, the sweaty palms and jittery voice syndrome. It's a real thing. So, in a nutshell, we've got 4 major reasons for pausing: lack of confidence, not enough vocabulary, overthinking, translation in your head, and performance anxiety. Now, let's jump into some tried and true techniques to overcome these roadblocks.
Indeed. First technique: think in English rather than translating from your native tongue. Translation is the super slow, scenic route when you really want the fast lane. Start training your mind to describe everyday life in English. For instance, think, I see a blue car.
Exactly. You can do this while brushing your teeth, taking a walk, or cooking. Let's say you're making a sandwich. Think in English. I'm slicing the tomato, adding some cheese. Oh wait, I forgot the mustard. This habit gradually rewires your brain so you operate in English mode.
Second technique: make peace with filler words. Seriously. Words like, well, actually, or so are not crimes against grammar. Native speakers sprinkle them in to maintain a steady flow. Instead of going silent, say, well, I believe, or so I was thinking.
Yes, It's a way to buy time without giving the impression you're completely lost. Moving on to our third technique, shadowing. No, it's not following somebody around, spying on them. It's when you hear an English sentence and immediately repeat it, matching the speaker's intonation, speed, and rhythm.
It's an awesome exercise. For example, pick a short podcast, maybe something from learnenglishpodcast.com, and play a sentence. Pause, then say it out loud exactly how you heard it. Do this daily, and soon you'll find yourself sounding more natural, more fluid, and less reliant on pausing to gather your words.
Last but not least, try to abandon the quest for utter perfection. Mistakes are how we learn. If you can't think of the word refrigerator, call it the thing that keeps my food cold. People will still get what you mean, and you won't derail the entire conversation just because your vocabulary momentarily fails you.
All right, so those 4 techniques once again are 1. Think in English. 2. Use filler words naturally. 3. Practice shadowing. 4. Don't obsess over perfection. Keep them in your daily routine and watch your fluency grow.
Yes. Now, let's move on to training your brain for faster speech. Because once you remove those pauses, you'll be cruising along. One major strategy is increasing vocabulary and mastering common phrases. It's hard to speak fast if you lack the words.
So true. And here's the kicker. Learn phrases, not just single words. If you only know opinion, you might stammer around, but if you memorize "in my opinion," that entire phrase just rolls off your tongue naturally. It's like a preset you can pull out whenever you need to share a viewpoint. No more awkward pauses.
Exactly. Active listening is next. Don't just let English wash over you. Engage with it. If you're watching a TV show or listening to a podcast, try predicting what someone's going to say. It could be as simple as, "I bet the next word they use is amazing."
That technique trains your mind to work faster. Another fun exercise is conversation anticipation. When someone else is talking, maybe a YouTube host or an actor in a movie, try to guess how they'll finish their sentence. You build a lightning-fast reaction in your own mind, which translates to less pausing in real conversation.
Great stuff. Another tip is imitating native speakers. Pick someone you admire, maybe your favorite celebrity or a talk show host, and mimic their speed, flow, and pronunciation. It's like you're channeling your inner TV star. The more you practice, the more natural your own speech becomes.
Absolutely. So here's a quick recap of strategies for training your brain to think and respond faster in English. 1. Learn phrases, not single words. 2. Actively listen and predict. 3. Use conversation anticipation. 4. Imitate native speakers. Now let's move on to some hands-on exercises.
Yes, exercises to put all this theory into practice. First up, the 1-minute speaking challenge. Pick any topic. You can even choose something random like your favorite pizza toppings or your dream vacation and talk non-stop for a full minute. No matter how many blunders you make, just keep talking.
If 1 minute feels too long, start with 30 seconds. Then work your way up to 2 minutes. The point is to get used to talking without those dreaded pauses. Don't worry if your grammar isn't perfect at first. This is a fluency exercise, and the goal is continuous speech.
Next exercise, story retelling. Watch a short video clip or read a short story, then close it and try to retell what happened in your own words. If you forget a detail, don't freeze. Paraphrase. For instance, if you don't remember detective, you can say, the guy who solves crimes. This keeps you rolling.
Great example. Another idea, speed conversation practice. Set a timer for 2 minutes and chat with a friend. Just rapid-fire topics. If you don't have a buddy, talk to yourself in the mirror. Don't laugh at me. Mirror talk is a classic, and it really works.
I can confirm I've done it. And as a bonus, if you've got a speech-to-text tool on your phone, test your pronunciation and fluency that way. It'll show you how well the device understands you, which clues you in on whether you're speaking clearly.
So to recap these fantastic exercises, 1. 1-minute speaking challenge. 2. Story retelling. 3. Speed conversation practice. 4. Speech-to-text testing. Try them out, and pretty soon, you'll notice those pauses shrinking dramatically.
Now, let's talk mindset. Because you can practice until the cows come home, but if your attitude is negative, you'll keep hitting walls. Number 1. Remember that mistakes are natural. They're proof you're learning. Babies don't apologize every time they topple over while they're figuring out how to walk, do they?
Exactly. Picture yourself as a brave toddler learning to walk in the world of English. You're going to trip, stumble, and maybe bump into some furniture, but that's how you eventually run. Embrace the process. Don't let the fear of falling, making errors, stop you from moving forward.
Second mindset shift. Aim for communication, not flawlessness. People care about understanding your point, not if you use the wrong article. Did you say a dog instead of the dog? Don't worry. The conversation still flows. The moment people get your meaning, you've succeeded in your mission as a communicator.
Yep. Third, speak confidently, even if deep down you're a tad nervous. If you stammer out your words with an apologetic tone, your listeners will sense your uncertainty. If you speak with energy and a smile, they're more likely to focus on what you're sharing instead of tiny missteps.
So to wrap that up, key mindset shifts include 1. Mistakes are part of the deal. Embrace them. 2. Prioritize communication over nitpicking perfection. 3. Speak with energy and conviction. We're not asking you to stand on a table and belt out opera, but do talk like you own the conversation, not like you're tiptoeing through it.
That is so true. By the way, for anyone just tuning in, you're listening to LearnEnglishPodcast.com. In case you forgot where you landed, this is your friendly pit stop for elevating your English, no matter your level. Now, let's bring it all together with a recap.
Yes, let's piece together the puzzle one more time. We discussed the 4 main causes of pausing. 1. Lack of confidence. 2. Limited vocab. 3. Overthinking. And 4. Nerves. Then, we dove into strategies like thinking in English, embracing filler words, doing shadowing exercises, and dropping perfectionism. After that, we looked at how to train our brains.
Right. Brain training included learning phrases instead of single words, active listening, conversation anticipation, and imitation. Then we got practical with the 1-minute speaking challenge, story retelling, speed conversation drills, and speech-to-text. We wrapped it up with mindset tips. Don't fear mistakes, focus on communication, and speak with confidence.
And that, dear friends, is pretty much your crash course in eliminating long pauses and sounding more fluent. Now, we want you to take action. Pick one technique, any technique, and try it every day this week. Consistency is where the magic happens.
Exactly. And if you found all this helpful or entertaining, or both, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on LearnEnglishPodcast.com. We've got plenty more advice, lessons, and random fun moments coming your way. Trust me, you don't want to miss future episodes where we tackle everything from tricky pronunciation to building conversation confidence.
Yes, definitely subscribe. Because the more you engage with English, the faster you'll improve. And who doesn't want to speak like a pro, right? Now, before we sign off, let's quickly list out the main keywords and ideas so you can lock them in your memory. Ready, Lydia?
Ready. Here's our short but sweet summary of the top concepts. Confidence. Don't let fear silence you. Vocabulary. Learn phrases, not just words. Think in English. No more mental translating. Shadowing. Listen, pause, repeat. Filler words. Use them wisely. Active listening and prediction. Anticipate language. Exercises. 1-minute challenge, retelling, speed chats, speech to text. Mindset. Mistakes help you grow.
Fantastic! That's the rundown, folks. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you next time on LearnEnglishPodcast.com. Keep practicing, stay confident, and watch those pauses disappear.